Hi, I'm Alfie Delete, and welcome back to my Stellaris United Nations of Earth Episode 2. In the last video, humanity encountered another human-led empire, the Yildirans. Now, in my YouTube community post, I gave you guys the chance to vote on how you would like to see the outcome of that situation, and the vote was to decide if humanity should form an alliance with them or if we should try to conquer them. You guys voted, and we are going to be forming an alliance with the Yildiran Empire. With that being said, we are going to put our envoys to use, improve relations, and humanity's journey continues right now. Okay, and so before we start, we're going to take a quick look at our empire and just do a quick recap of everything that's happened so far in this galaxy. Now, here is my empire, the United Nations of Earth, and you can already see that we've started to expand our borders just a little bit. And then right off the back, we found a couple of alien empires over here on the left side of my border. And so the first empire that we made contact with was the Yildirans, and you guys, you voted and you want us to form an alliance with them. And so I already have a envoy improving relations with them. The thing is, though, is that they are currently wary against us, and their attitude is cautious towards us right now. Well, the only thing I'm really worried about is their diplomatic stance, since it is set to belligerent. I don't think that really impacts their opinion of us. If they were stronger than us, they may try to pick on us, but in this case, it looks like that is not so. And also, another thing I wanted to point out too in the last video is that I did see some of the comments below about my playstyle. I do know that I might have made some mistakes. I might have built some buildings that probably aren't efficient, like my stronghold buildings here, and not going for specific technologies. And sometimes I'm doing these runs where I'm just kind of talking a lot, and I try to just kind of keep things moving. And so sometimes I may make mistakes, but I do appreciate the feedback. And I would definitely like to say, just please keep critiquing my playthroughs so that I can pick up on some of these mistakes and correct myself here. And so let's go ahead and continue here now. We're going to go ahead and start our game, and bingo, we got time moving. And right off the back, we got technology. And so quantum theory is going to be my next technology that I've completed. And next up, I'm going to go for global energy management. This is going to add a capacity subsidies edict and the building the energy grid. But now my next game plan is to start rotating down towards the bottom here, and we have a nice lane, a nice hyperlane just traveling along down here, and I'm hoping that we can eventually expand outward in this direction. Hopefully there's not an empire down here blocking us off. And let's keep an eye on some of our civilian ships for now. And so right now I have my scientists. They are currently surveying some of these systems here, and I'm going to stop their course right here so that by the time they get here, I'm going to see if there may be something in one of these two systems nearby. And so they're going to survey their way down. Ah, there they go. And that's what I wanted to see, where these hyperlanes are reaching to. And all right, and so I have my construction ship down here now.
Detected an anomaly.
And I'm going to go ahead and build another star base here. And I'm going to pass these two up for the time being. We'll come back to these a little bit later on. I will be expanding my borders a little bit wider here. And my empire size is currently sitting at 52. And so I have plenty of room to expand my borders. And I probably could colonize another world here in a little bit. I want to just take it easy for a moment before we decide to start colonizing other worlds, because colonizing planets will increase your empire size by a lot. I think by 10 empire size points. And so I'm going to let my planet Earth here, we're just going to build some more, or grow some more pops on this planet. Just kind of get some more workers on this world so that we can sustain our economy while we get ready to colonize another world here. All right, and so traditions. It looks like we started on discovery, and then right off the back, I switched over and went to the supremacy tradition tree. I'm actually nowhere near my naval cap right now. And you know what? Instead, I may go back to the discovery tradition tree, and let's go with science division. This will add 1 extra research alternative and increase our scientist level cap by 2.
Construction completed.
All right, and so we have encountered the Caravans, and they say, greetings from the Venglarian Trium, certified Caravaneer traders of the Caravasary Caravan Coalition. We teach Xenos how to earn a substantial additional income working from home, but you seem to be doing well for yourself already. Whenever you enter your territory, we will offer you an exclusive deal. Unfortunately, our ships are all outside your territory for the moment, but we look forward to doing business with you in the future. In the meantime, do not hesitate to contact us, but be aware that incoming calls will be rerouted to Caravasary Caravan Coalition. And we're going to say next time, maybe. And we encountered the Racket Industrial Enterprise. They say, well met human. Your credits amass, yet there is emptiness in your spirits. No? We sense it. We come with swift hands bearing many goods. We are the Racket Industrial Enterprise, traders of the Caravasary Caravan Coalition. We pass through your space in peace, only to buy, to sell. We will offer you good deals, many things. Just now, our ships are absent. We will speak to you soon when we come back. Should you call us, the Caravasary Caravan Coalition will answer. All right, and so we just found, what, 2 caravans? Or, let me see here. Yeah, that looked like 2 different species there, but let's check these guys out. And so yeah, this must be like a collection of different species. But this could be a chance for us to possibly roll for the Galvatron. And so let's go ahead and see if we can purchase some caravan coins. This might be a little early for this. Yeah, I do not have the energy credits for that right now, but this is something that I'll definitely be coming back to in the future. And so great, we just found the Caravan Coalition. Uh-oh. And the cruelties of the fairy. This fairy empire that we are trying to initiate first contact with, it would appear they just killed one of my envoys. So it looks like they do not want to be discovered. Hey, and that's fine by me. We'll continue preparing to defend ourselves here.
We have detected an anomaly.
Okay, and I'm going to leave all projects behind just for now, just so that my scientists can continue surveying systems around my borders. Now, I just built a city district here that opened up a building slot on this planet. Right now, we currently have 1 job available, and so I'm going to look here to see if I can maybe build, you know what, let's go for an alloy foundry. Could probably use some more alloys here so that we can build more ships faster. And speaking of building more ships, I'm going to head over here to my shipyard, and we're going to add a few more corvettes to my fleet. Now again, yeah, we are going to be working our way down here, and I see that we've already expanded our borders again here in this Salzuno system. And right off the back, I'm going to go ahead and start building mining stations and research stations in this system. Oh, yeah, okay, so the fairy situation is still going on here. All right, we're going to continue with that. It looks like they are a avian type species, a bird-like species. And yeah, we're going to figure out some more about them. I'm curious to see why they are hostile and what kind of ethics they have and civics and things like that. And so with these guys, it looks like our relationship is right at -2 now. It's still improving, but just at a slower rate here. And maybe I'll make some trade deals. Maybe I could try and form a embassy with these guys, but it looks like, let's see here. All right, now our relation's at 0, so good. It's still improving. We'll just wait and see where this relationship's going to go for now. But again, we are going to try to form a alliance with those guys as soon as possible. Now, for my construction ship, I'm going to start bringing it back down to this direction and helping my other construction ship down here expand and build more mining districts and things like that with our construction ship.
We have encountered spaceborne life forms.
All right, and so we've encountered another alien species out there. Oh, that's an entity. Yeah, and so these guys are up here above the UNE Empire. And my science ship is probably going to try and evade that. And so I'm going to have them continue automatically surveying other systems. And I see here that the Yildirans are actually expanding in this direction as well. And so that's good. I feel like this is a good little arrangement we have here. They are expanding there, and they're actually securing some choke points on their side as well. And so in case there is a hostile empire right here, that will prevent them from being able to directly attack us unless the Yildirans open their borders to them. Now we have an election going on, and we have 4 candidates. Obviously, I'm a little biased here, and so I'm going to go ahead and select Yang. And as much as I would like to, it is going to cost me 500 unity, and right now I only have 538 unity. And so I'm going to let the people decide. Hopefully they select me, and I have a second term with the United Nations of Earth as the ruler. And guys, I haven't looked at my empire yet, but here's our empire, the United Nations of Earth. This is my current ruler, myself, or this character's representing me, Yang, who is the president of the United Nations of Earth. Their skill level is 3 out of 5, and their traits that they have are expansionist and investor. And speaking of expansionist,
construction completed.
Oh, I did not win that election there. We have a new ruler, Ratmir Kuzin. Nice, and we're going to check out their traits in just a moment. Right now, their ruler mandate is... we'll look at that in a moment as well, but they got a new ruler mandate going on there. And these guys, it says that... they just got a plus 25% xenophile ethics attraction. I see, for 10 years. And so I'm going to imagine that this empire is not going to be very friendly with us. But here is our new ruler, Ratmir Kuzin, who was previously a scientist. All right, so for our new ruler here, we're going to take a quick look at the situation here. Their mandate is to increase our food surplus by at least 15 per month. And if we complete this mandate, we will get 6 months worth of unity. And so that should be pretty easy to do here. As much as I want to use some of these other districts for other things, I may replace these later on. I know with star bases you can build hydroponic bays later on. But yeah, for our districts right now, I'm going to go ahead and build 1 more agricultural districts. And one of these will fulfill that mandate. And so 1 agricultural district will provide me with 17 food. And the only reason I'm doing that right now is so that I can gain a little bit more unity here in the future. Now for my scientists down here, oh, this must be the science ship that my now ruler was in before. We're going to go ahead and recruit another scientist. And so the scientist here, Wu Gao, has the eager trait, and that's going to make it a little bit cheaper for him, for us to recruit this scientist. And so while the others are at 150 unity to recruit, this scientist has 75 unity for us to recruit him. And his upkeep is only 1 compared to the others that have +2 unity upkeep. And so we'll go ahead and recruit scientist Wu, and we'll have them continuing to survey in these systems around here. While we're at it, I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on with my construction ships. We'll keep our game going. And I'm going to send this second construction ship back down here, and I'll have them mine these systems while this construction ship again continues expanding forward. And so I'm gonna go ahead and build another star base right here. Probably will pass up on this one since this system is leading to a dead end, and it has just 2 energy credits. We can always come back to that later on. Let's see what our relationship's looking like with the Yildirans. Our opinion's now at +9, and so looks like our relationship is getting a little bit better. And guys, we've made contact with another empire. This is the Confederated Mildiran Commonalities. And they say, we've gathered considerable data on the inner workings of your anatomy. Humans, one might even say, we know you inside out. And I don't know if I like that. I'm going to say, you will come to see things our way in the end. But that, see, the way we respond that way, it gives them -33 spy net. Oh, okay, so yeah, that actually would be good. That'll give them -33% spy network growth on us. And so, yeah, they kidnapped one of my envoys, sliced them open. Their relationship with us is actually tense right now. It's at -537. They're also belligerent too. Let's try to build a spy network on these guys. We're going to send one of our envoys to, begin a spy network with these guys. And while that's not necessarily the route that I wanted to go with a empire so close to us, I don't know if I'm going to actually use any espionage
System
operations against
survey
them. I just want to get some intel for starters and see what their relative power looks like. All right, and so here they are right below us, and they're in the middle of my empire and the Yildirins. And so again, I'm going to be keeping my eye on this empire and making sure, you know what, I may go ahead and just send another envoy to improve relations with them. That way we can increase our opinion faster. Now, we have two factions that have just formed. We have the Democratic Group and the Xeno Aid Initiative. And let's go ahead and check out both of these factions here.
Completed.
And so right now, both of them have 75% approval rating of how I'm running this empire right now. The Democratic Group actually has a bigger faction than the Xeno Aid Initiative. And with this empire, it looks like their issues are going to be easier to work around. They actually have the one of their issues that I'm currently not playing with right now, or not addressing for them, is the benevolent subjugation policy. And so our subjects look for us for guidance and protection, and we should strive to repay their trust by respecting their liberties. Adopting a benevolent approach to subjugation will please the Democratic Group. And right now, this is not affecting their approval of how I'm running the empire, but you know what? If I come across this later on, I may change this in our policy, all of our policies later on. But right now, I will go ahead and support and promote this faction. And so promoting this faction will increase our egalitarian ethics by 100%. On top of that, it's going to continue to, or this faction will continue to grow since we are supporting them. And that's going to add to even more unity. And so on top of that, yeah, right now, we are now getting plus 21 more unity from both of these factions. But over time, this faction is going to be our primary faction for now, unless another one comes in that I may want to switch to later. Oh, wow. And so we found some dark matter in the Devil's Maw system down here to the bottom. See that we've expanded our borders once again, and we're going to keep it going. Going to keep on working our way down here. And I see here that this lane is starting to branch off to the inner part of this galactic circle. And so we got two lanes now that we could start surveying and exploring the galaxy with. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and build our third science ship now. And I want to continue to explore the galaxy. Usually I try to build a bunch of science ships in the early game so that I can survey more systems faster. And here in my engineering technology, we have 4 options available. And I'm going to go with the mineral purification technology next so that we can unlock the mining subsidies edict, which I don't know if I'm going to go for just yet, but the mineral purification plants I feel like would be a nice building to add to my planet to increase the minerals per month. Now, speaking of edicts, let's go ahead and check out what we have active right now. Currently, I have Map the Stars active, and I have enough edict fund for me to activate another edict. Let's see here. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and select Fortify the Border right now, just because it's cheap. I may go ahead and build some star bases and upgrade them later on, which, if you have this edict active, starbase upgrade speed will be increased by 50%, and we'll be able to build 2 more star bases, or it will increase our starbase capacity by 2. And so here now I have 2 out of 5 star bases. I'll build 1 more, and you know what? I may build one kind of close to my empire's capital. And so 1 system away from my home system right here, I'm going to add another star base, or just upgrade it into a starport. And so I'm going to need some more alloys for that. I have plenty of energy credits right now. And so I'm going to spend those energy credits on alloys. And boom, our second starport is going to be on the way. Now we have another tradition available here. And next up, I'm going to go with, let's go with the Polytechnic Education. This will increase my leader's experience gain by 25%, and it will add another leader level cap to my leaders. All right, so we're moving through that tradition tree there, and we have made contact with some alien species down here. We're going to figure out who they are in a moment. Let's go ahead and send a envoy to initiate first contact protocols with them as well. And now this galaxy is starting to look a little bit busier. And I'm going to send my scientists back this direction, and we're going to start surveying down in this area now that we know there's another, let's see, oh, I don't have enough intel on this system. But I was going to see if there was a star base or a starport somewhere around that star in the middle. And that usually lets me know that there's an empire over there. And so we'll find out in a moment. In the meantime, I'm going to have to wait to recruit another scientist here, which is not the end of the world. While we wait for that, as always, rinse and repeat. Add some more corvettes to the fleet. And I'm
Construction complete.
going to make sure that our opinions are still increasing over here. Okay, and so we're still doing okay with the Yildirans. The sooner I can form an embassy with these guys, the better. And now I think my goal right now is to try to establish an embassy with this empire. Personally, I would definitely like to expand a little bit more. Right now, within my borders, we only have one habitable world. There's another one that's not very habitable, but later on we can get some technology to terraform that planet. But for the time being, right now we only have one habitable world, one system away from my homeworld. And yeah, we got to be careful here because we already lost one envoy to an empire before. We're going to hopefully not repeat that process again. And I'm going to have my science ship now check out this little bitty cluster in this system here. We're going to see what's going on in this area. And then we're going to work our way back down and continue down this lane here. But honestly, this has been a unique a border that I have going on here. I've never had a border just extend across like a single lane like this. And so I feel like this might be easy for me to defend if we don't encounter an incredibly powerful empire later on. And now I have accumulated enough unity to recruit a third scientist. Let's see what we have here. We have one scientist with the statecraft expertise, another with biology, and the third one has the industry technology trait expertise. And so let me go to my technology tab here and let's see what scientist I have. I think I'm going to recruit the industry trait scientist. And let's see, let's go back to our scientist here. All right, yeah, I'm going to recruit scientist Macro D'Antoni here, and they have the expertise in industry. And I'm going to go ahead and assign them to my engineering tech right now. And this is going to be a good idea too, because the scientist that I'm going to swap out here matches their expertise with the current technology that we are researching here. All right, and so over here, there we go. We're not going to put the scientist that was researching in the engineering technology onto a science ship. And this scientist, I'm going to have start researching anomalies, and I'm going to have them then excavate this site next. And so the first anomaly I'm going to have them research is this interference anomaly. It says, ship sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the Sirius system. That's going to take place right here. And then after that, they're going to excavate the Grunner Ruins excavation site next. And we'll look into that once that situation begins. Now, down here, I'm going to continue moving both of my construction ships forward. Bingo. And that's going to be another choke point system for the United Nations of Earth. And holy moly, there is a megastructure nearby. Oh, it's a ruined orbital ring around a planet. Interesting. Let me check here and see. I don't see any star bases or starports around the two stars in the middle. And this is an Arctic world, so not habitable, but later on that will be a good planet to colonize since it already has a ring world, or a ring around the planet. All right, so now we have a megastructure nearby. That's going to be our first megastructure that we have encountered. That is not ours that we've built. We will definitely expand our borders around that and claim it for ourselves. Hopefully there's no other empires nearby trying to get it. But yeah, now we're definitely going to check out what's in the system, and then we're going to continue working our way down here afterwards. And there we go. Our borders are continuing to grow. And so this system actually has no resources in it. That's crazy. But there are 2 projects here, and so we'll look at those a little bit later
Anomalous
on.
readings
Holy
registered.
cow! All right, so we got the sonified science situation. It says the Kelvin crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Sirius system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation, to be precise, and one that the science officers cannot seem to get out of their head. Who or what have composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside of our galaxy, and this is going to give us some society and physics technology points. Now, what I want to look at back here in this cluster again is the next system that we surveyed here, or that we are beginning to survey,
Completed.
has 3 Arctic worlds within it. One is a size 19, one is a size 13, and the other is size 10. Now, 3 worlds in one system, that is going to put that on a high priority list for me later on, because those planets, we're going to be colonizing those later on. Now, back here in my tradition tree, we are going to once again continue down the discovery tree, and we're going to go with the faith and science technology next. This is going to decrease my researchers' upkeep by 20%. Now, I know this is early in the game, and I know I don't have a lot of researchers yet. Let's actually see how many researchers I have. I only have 2. And so that's not going to have a major impact right now. And so for society technology here, I'm going to go for the genome mapping technology next. This is going to add some pop growth speed to my species. And the more pops we can have, the better. And speaking of pops, right now we're at 38 pops on planet Earth. So just seeing some small growth for now. I'm already going to go ahead and just build the last city district that we can build on this planet. And then after that, in my society, I saw that there was, here in my, I always click on traditions here. In my society technology, after pop growth speed, I will definitely go for the hydroponic bay technology. That way, we can replace some of the agricultural districts here with some of the other districts that we may need later on. And so after the city district that we are building here, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, we'll just start by getting rid of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This is a tile blocker that's preventing us from building another district. And so with this planet just being the size that it is, and only having the available jobs that we have right now, over time, as our pops continue to grow, the jobs will become more scarce. Eventually the housing will start to go down, and colonizing another planet is going to be a priority. But right now, I'm sitting pretty comfortable. The stability is still high on planet Earth, and everything is looking pretty good so far.
System survey.
And you know what? I
concluded.
might just go ahead and replace, yeah. Someone said in the comments last video, and I've probably said this a couple of times in this video now, that I probably should not have built a stronghold building, and they are absolutely correct. And so we are going to replace this building. Let's go ahead and replace it with a research lab. I'm just going to go ahead and colonize our next planet here. And you know what? I'm going to take the alpha out of this name, or out of this planet's name, and just name it Centauri Prime. That's going to be our second world that we've colonized now, outside of our own. And let's see here. There we go. The humans are going to colonize their first planet outside of Earth. But what's good here is that I've now expanded my borders to the choke point leading into this system. And so now that I know there's no other empires or any intelligent empire species, these systems we can expand our borders to later on. And so, yeah, we got that choke point there. That's great. Probably build a defensive station here as well later on. And there's a couple of situations here that have popped up. Now, we have here the Yildirans. They want to form a defensive pact with us. And like I said before, guys, you voted on this. Now we got it. Our alliance is starting to form here. We have a defensive pact we're going to agree with. And we are starting the Grunner Ruins dig site. Now, decoded ancient data crystals have been found at the dig site, chronicling the Grunners' military exploits. While most are local and of little interest, several volumes detail the Grunners' first encounter with an alien species referred to as the bowel organism. Little more can be gleaned about the bowel at this point, save that they were a massive plantoid species and had many colonies seated among the stars. Enticing. Keep digging. Now, this is going to be a really cool archaeological dig site, and we're going to work our way down that, but if we get a relic from that, that is going to be a very nice relic to have. Now, I see here that this empire just declared us a rival. All right, and so this is great because we have a defensive pact with the Yildirans here. Now we have a commercial pact, and I'm going to go back to this empire here. I don't want to be the one to ask for a research agreement. I think they just asked us for that, right? And so that'll work here in a moment. But now I can offer them a chance to establish a embassy, and this is going to further continue to increase our opinion with the Yildirans. And there we go. They're going to offer us the research agreement next. And there we go. This is starting to look like an alliance. And so now they are receptive towards us. And their opinion is now at 108. And so, yeah, things are looking very good between us. We have a bunch of pacts, research agreements, and things like that going on. And so we will definitely do our best to support them and hope for that in return. Now let's go back to planet Earth here. See what's happening here. So we have 3 jobs currently available, 13 housing accessible to my pops. And we're gonna go ahead and clear out another planetary feature before I go in and add, we gotta add another building here to our world. And so I see that we have this new, we have some new technology that has now given us access to the energy grid building. Let's see, I do have the hollow theaters. I'm currently changing my Starhold building here into a research lab. Let's see, we have no deviancy, so crime, it's pretty low. You know what? Oh, I just thought about something too. I'm gonna move the industrial wasteland up in the top queue to build first. And I'm gonna come back to that research lab in just a moment. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about building either a civilian industry or going with the industrial district. Because the industrial district produces 10 consumer goods, while the civilian industry produces 19 consumer goods. And so in order to upkeep your research lab, that's going to require consumer goods, and I believe it's, let's see. Yeah, so the upkeep for research labs is going to cost me 4 consumer goods. Now, I decided to move the research labs down in the build queue because if I build that right now, that's going to put me in a negative deficit for consumer goods. And so we're going to slow our roll in the consumer goods. It still keeps the progress that we have currently built, or replacing this building in this case. And so we'll just come back to that in a moment. For now, we'll build the civilian industry building first. It'll add more jobs to my planet, keep our pops working, and I try to keep my available jobs as close to housing as possible. That way we don't have a huge amount of housing, because if so, you're probably wasting district space with city districts, and you could be utilizing those with other things. And so next up for discovery, we're going to go ahead and complete this tree with the databank uplinks. This will unlock the research subsidies edict, and it'll increase my researcher output by 20%, as well as increasing research from starbase constructions by 20% as well. And so now that we've completed this tradition, we have a ascension perk available. And we got a couple of options here. Sometimes I like to just kind of switch things up a little bit and just try something out a little bit differently, because I always go with technological ascendancy first. And I probably will end up doing it now, because that research speed will be nice for my technology, considering that it is taking some of these technologies we're researching right now, some of them when we first started researching them, or even in this case right now, it'll take me 56 months to research blue lasers, and so blue lasers, I'm sorry. And so with that technology, it'll increase the research speed a little bit more, but not by a whole lot. But still, all research speed modifiers, they all help. And so we've completed the Grunner archaeological dig site. That was a lot faster than I had thought here. And so the bowel organism, which I believe this is going to lead us to another dig site. It says data crystal records reveal that the Grunner waged war against the Bowel, desiring the plentiful resources perpetually found on their planets. A set of system coordinates have been successfully extracted from one such record. Our archaeologists are uploading the planet's location to our systems now. And so we say perhaps a closer investigation to the Alpha Centauri 4 will prove fruitful. Now that we've completed this dig site, we will acquire 5 minor artifacts, and this will begin the precursor event, the Bowel event chain. And boom, mineral purification. We've completed this tech as well. And so someone else also mentioned in the comments in the last video that I should have went for basic strikecraft since I had some hostile empires nearby. And now that it has been confirmed that I have a hostile empire near my borders, this will be the next technology that I go for next, the carrier operation. And so this is going to unlock the basic strikecraft component for my starbase, and it'll, or the component, I'm sorry, and it'll unlock 2 starbase modules, the planetary defense hangars and the hangar bay modules. And so this tech I probably should have researched before the last tech that I just completed, but we'll go ahead and get started on that right away.
Construction completed.
And I'll probably be adding that over here first. Now, I can build 3 more star bases, and I'm going to do so now, especially while I have the Fortify the Border Edict excuse me, guys. While I have the Fortify the Border Edict active. And we're going to add 2 of those, and those are both going to be right here. And so we're going to have like 3 systems right here, all defensive stations, just in case this Confederate Commonalities Empire decides to attack us. So yeah, these birds, they rival us. They want to pick our brain, literally. But we do have a envoy currently spying on them, or a spy network has been established with this empire. And what we see so far is that we are equal when it comes to relative power. And so that is very good to know. And same thing here with the Yildirans. Our power is pretty much equal right now. But I'm convinced that if we were to declare war against the I don't know how to say that, Meteran, the Confederated Commonalities, if we were to declare war against them, I'm sure we could probably beat them. But what I have completed is colonizing, or beginning to colonize, our first human colony outside of Earth. And so here in the Alpha Centauri system, you know what, let's go ahead and just zoom in here and see where the planet is we are colonizing. And so here is the continental world, similar like Earth, that we have sent our colony ship to. And it says our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on the Centauri prime planet. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative quarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first colonies are the first human city on an alien world. And so indeed, this is a great day for the United Nations of Earth. And so there we have it. Our first colony has been established, and let's go ahead and check out this planet here. And so one thing I always like to do is, while your planet is being colonized, there's not much you can do with the planet, like when it comes to building districts and buildings, but you can clear out tile blockers. In this case, I don't have the technology for the blockers that we would have to clear out right now. And so, like I said, I usually try to check those out while the planet's being colonized and clearing those out so that by the time the planet is fully colonized, we don't have to worry about clearing those blockers out and using that time instead to build and add jobs to the planet. Now, back over here, this is our first base on the left side of Earth and my border over here. Let's look into something else here. What's this? And so, for as long as we humans have been able to look to the stars for new homes, Proxima Centauri B has been a naive dream, a place where we would look with optimism, a new home. Sadly, as our telescopes got better, we realized that the planet would probably be a tiddly locked frozen hellscape. A theory which we have confirmed today. Bummer. There's hope, however. This world has all the building blocks necessary for a habitable planet. It might just need a slight push. And so we're just going to go ahead and say thank you for inspiring us, Centauri B. And this response is going to add 381 unity, and the terraforming candidate modifier will be added to this planet, which is located... Oh, actually, it's in the Alpha Centauri system. Now, back to this starbase right here, the Bernard Star. I'm going to look to add another gun battery. That's all I can build for the time being, but you know, that's probably good because once the carrier operations technology completes, we'll add that basic strike craft module to this starport next. And same thing with the hydroponics bay. Now I have another base here.
Construction
that's
completed.
Oh, actually, we just got 2 more bases here, and so for both of these, oh great! So the surveying's been completed. We get some society research and energy credits from that. This is for my science ship that's up here to the top. They're surveying they're surveying planets that are habitable, and that's going to complete this habitable world survey event chain. But for these 2 bases that we just built to protect our borders here, I'm only going to build 1 gun battery on both of those. There we go. And same thing as this other base, we're just going to repeat. Now back down here to the bottom, once again we want to make sure we're keeping an eye on all this stuff over here. I'm going to go ahead and just...
Completed.
Oh yeah, there we go. Beat me to it. Expand our borders to this Wilcam system that has 3 habitable worlds in it. Not very habitable right now, but
System
potentially in the future.
survey
Yes.
concluded.
There we go. Same thing here. We're going to expand our borders. And so the United Nations of Earth, holy cow. This is a very long border empire. And we have made another encounter in the Cider system. That's going to be down here. Oh, that's a ship. And so it looks like this, let me see, what is this right here? Oh yeah, these are the ancient combat drones. It looks like they're preventing a empire on this side from contacting us until now. And so yeah, a science ship or some kind of ship just entered this system. We saw it. And now we're going to engage in first contact protocols. And we're going to go ahead and start the barren archaeological dig site. This one says, deep in the geological records of Alpha Centauri 4, that's one of the planets, a trove of promising fossils belonging to a plantoid species processing the neurological structures necessary for sapience have been uncovered. If this long dead creatures were indeed the Baul, studying their remains may yield insight into what transformed their once lush planet into an airless, barren world. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and have Kelvin here, the Kelvin science ship, excavate that dig site. And we will see what comes of the Baul. I already know, but I'm excited to get it. I just don't want to spoil for anyone that may not know what comes of the Baul precursor event chain here. And so this is also something that I cannot wait to invest in, the Caravan, so that we can start gambling our energy credits later on. But let's go ahead and keep our game moving. Now, I have completed another society tech, and I said before, I'm going to go for the hydroponics farming technology next. This is going to be a very nice starbase building that I can add to my bases, and that can take some of the strain off of my planets and allow us to build some other jobs on my worlds. And while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and build another city district so that we can get ready for a gene clinic building later on. And ladies and gents, we have another election here. And so 2 elections in 1 video. Let's see here. And my character, Yang, is still, she's available.
Is the key to the universe.
Ex-President Yang here is running for President of the United Nations of Earth again. And in 56 days, we will have another new ruler here. And so we'll see what happens, and wish the best of luck to all the candidates. We now have blue laser technology And for my next tech here, I'm going to go for the administrative AI. It's going to give us another research speed modifier by an extra 5%. And let's keep our game going. Now that I have that blue laser technology, let's go ahead and check out my ship designer here. And here I've been just kind of experimenting with different designs. I don't necessarily know like meta builds and things like that. I just try to see what works and go with it. It looks like the main ship that I have here, the main Corvette, or in this case the Auto Best design we have, already has the small blue lasers attachment or weapon already equipped on it. See, we do have the reactor booster component that I could add, but I don't know if we need more power on my ship just yet. And so we'll go ahead and just upgrade both of the fleets that we have. But let's see who our next ruler is. Oh yeah! President Yang is back in office for their second election. There we go. And so yeah. Once again, they got that expansionist trait and that investor trait as well. But yeah, Yang is back in office. The people have voted. They want more Yang. And here we go. We got contacts established with the Republic of Stormwall. Wow. And since these guys are xenophile, they're spiritualist and egalitarian, we are going to respond by saying, as fellow Star Explorers, the United Nations of Earth salute you. And so this is going to increase our opinions right off the back by 50. And there we go. Where is this empire located? Let's see. Oh, there they are.
We are being hailed.
So they are over in that direction, and right off the back, they're going to form an embassy with us. All right. So guys, I don't have any kind of situations I'm seeing here for this event so far. But here is what we have currently set up in the game. So far, the United Nations of Earth managed to expand their borders along the outer right side of the galaxy. We have this very long lane, all of it claimed to ourselves. We have the Yildirim regime up here. We have formed a very nice friendship with this empire. We are friends. We have migration treaties. We have commercial pacts and research pacts and all kinds of things like that. We have a rival empire here, the Confederated Mildarin commodities. So we're going to have to see what we're going to do with them later on. And we have a new friendlier empire with us as well, the Republic of Stormwall. I'm Alfie and Delete. United Nations of Earth, Episode 3. We will see you soon.